said, that's when he feels like he's in the flow of the game. When we line him up in the slot, he gets.
Go back to the kickoff, back to Tom Brady as the Bucks down by 11 at home midway through the second quarter.
In Green Bay, Tom, so how did they do it?
It's not, and the real field down here right now, guys, is between 97 and 99, depending on what gauge. And take a look there at Alan Lazard. He came immediately off the field after that touchdown, sat down and was tended to by the training staff. Icy towels right behind him. You see, those are the attempts to try to somehow cool off. Green Bay cranked up the heat for the past 3 weeks in the weight room, during practices in the indoor, etc., to try to prepare for this extra sauna time. But there's no way to really approximate this. It's a mindset, guys.
Here's Gage who makes the catch. And, you know, so how much of it is a mindset? Obviously, it's real physically, but how much is it a mindset for you? You've played here, you've done it.
Yeah, coaches take two different approaches. Some coaches, as Tom mentioned, they alter the week's preparation. They want guys to get acclimated. They want to make minor adjustments at the facility. Other coaches say, out of sight, out of mind. Just don't bring it up. Don't make it a big deal. But I can tell you from experience, it is real. It is hard. There is no preparing yourself to come down here early in the season from up north.
False start. Offense. Number 10. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
That's hot. That's a real feel right there. And, you know, and that's the thing, too. You know, we always think, well, Green Bay's offense has been on the field, tough on Tampa Bay's defense, but also tough on the offense.
Yeah, it works both ways. I don't think either side necessarily has a, you know, if anybody could benefit, the defense typically has more rotation. They play more players. Offensive linemen typically play the whole play. It's the whole game. It's tough.
Brady over the middle is going to have the tight end Great, who's going to make the catch, but Douglas hits him immediately. Remember, Tom told us about Jair Alexander leaving the game earlier. He's still not in there. So it's Douglas and Stokes at the corners. Bring up third down. Brady has started this game 8 for 8 for 61 yards. But 0 for 3 on third down are the Bucks.
Well, that's that situational football we talked to him about this week. He recognized the importance of improving.
Yeah, Buccaneers moved. I think that was Walton on the left side.
Yeah, I think both tackles jumped.
False start. Offense. Number 73. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
Back them up 5 yards for Tampa Bay and Tom Brady. Well, you've got Marcus Mariota stepping up, throwing it up, and pulling it in as the rookie first rounder, the first wide receiver taken in the draft, Drake London. With his first catch of the day, goes for 30 yards. 3rd and 5, and Trevor Lawrence throwing a seed inside. Zay Jones on the catch for Jacksonville. First down, Jags. 3rd and 12 for the Bucks.
Make it 3rd and 12. Packers back off the blitz. Pressure still coming, and Brady is sacked. Rashawn Gary gets home.
What a great job here by Rashawn Gary. He fights through a chip of Brait, who gets out and wins his matchup on the left side with Brandon Walton. You mentioned the third.
Marcus Mariota continuing to throw it downfield. Here he comes on an attempted bootleg, but yeah, that one, Quentin Jefferson smelled that one and said, nope, nope, nope. Jefferson with the sack. That'll bring the 12s to their feet. Back live to Inglewood, California, SoFi Stadium.
Kirk was tangled up inside in the slot. With I want to say it was the safety, Alohi Gilman, I believe.
Holding. Defense. That penalty's declined. The result of the play is a first down.
So that's a 35-yard pickup. And Lawrence standing in the pocket, cool as a cucumber.
He sure has. Again, you can just see the confidence that.
Now you got a 3rd and 19 after the sack. Marcus Mariota, what do you dial up on 3rd and 19? Well, you dial up one to Olamide to Zacchaeus for 26 yards. Put that in your 3rd and 19. Mariota, 164 yards passing, and the Jags marching into field goal range. Let's pick it up live.
Tranquil, making the hit.
Well, this is one of the things that Doug Peterson brings to this offense, how they scheme things up. and they have two running backs in the game, and they put both of them out to one side. So now they overload that right side of that Chargers defense with 4 wide receivers. They get a little bit confused. He gets the ball to Robinson in space and pick up a really nice play on first down.
This is Robinson. Not much there. We were talking to Doug Peterson yesterday about how successful his team is on first down. And
double box in, the Falcons with the Jags in field goal range. Marcus Mariota just gets past the line of scrimmage, couple of yard pickup there. We'll go back and forth here to these respective third downs.
How the Colts were going to be on defense and getting those quick throws. I really enjoy watching Lawrence, a completely different style of defense that gives them a lot of different looks, but so far the Chargers really haven't been able to phase them.
3rd and 2. Quick pass to this side, and it is Zay Jones again reaching for the first down yardage.
How it affects you psychologically and your decision making, especially for quarterbacks.
First down, spinning inside the 20. It's Kyle Pitts. Between Pitts and London, angular guys who can hang on to the football.
Playing 6 or 7 yards deep, it's an easy throw and catch, and then you trust your receiver to just turn upfield and pick up a couple yards.
We'll take a timeout for the 2-minute warning. We'll come back.
With the placement, sticking that thing right in there for Pitts.
Played his college ball at Oregon. They stayed up after the Ram game. They stayed, worked out at University of Washington, and there blared the speaker nonstop. Keep it as loud as they thought it could be. Close to the noise here to prepare. Patterson, Cordero Patterson for the end zone, and in for a Falcon touchdown. Quieting this caffeinated crowd.
Right side of this offensive line really getting it done right here. We know about the way that Cordell Patterson is a great kick returner, tied for the all-time lead with 8 kickoff returns for touchdowns. Looked like a kickoff return kind of speed right there. If a running back doesn't have to make any kind of moves like that, like what you saw right there, that means the people up front are getting it done, and they're getting it done on the outside. Tremendous job of execution right there by the Falcons offense.
The extra point is good and a 17-10 lead. Patterson had been...
Yeah, Patterson last year and this been a weapon for that Atlanta offense. They retake the lead. Green Bay just hit a big play. We'll show you what in just a second.
Dillon breaking and stumbling through down to the 16.
Little game rewind presented by Amazon. This was 1st and 10. Whipping it inside. Rodgers to Randall Cobb, his buddy, and drags a couple of tacklers downfield. Randall Cobb, a 40-yard pass play. How about Aaron Rodgers? 13 of 14, 160 yards and 2 touchdowns in the battle of future Hall of Famers.
But for whatever reason, and to his own admission, he has struggled against this Bulls-led Bucs defense in the past against pressure, but right now they have all the answers offensively. He's coming down here to help block on this backside.
Dillon, right side, first down inside the 10. It's a 1st and goal. And you talked about the blitz.
Right back to the Green Bay drive after we show you 3rd and 7 for the Los Angeles Rams. Matthew Stafford takes a quick look left, shoots it back right. Darrell Henderson was there to try and set up a screen, but the ball goes over his head, incomplete. Punt team trots on the field for LA. More a look at the design of it. Linemen were starting to get out there, but 2-7 couldn't get up and pull that one in.
He told us last week's game against Chicago was boring. He goes, they played shell, they didn't pressure me. I was just kind of a glorified game manager. He goes, I don't think that's going to be the case. He has a tremendous amount of respect for Todd Bowles.
1st and goal. It's Jones, right side, gets a couple.
Double box in, out of the 2-minute warning timeout. The Chargers defense just dropped Jacksonville for a 1-yard loss. This will be 2nd and goal from the 11-yard line coming up for Doug Peterson's guys.
Including that last touchdown. So you have got to keep him inside the pocket. This time it looks like the Chargers put Mack over on this side on Lawrence's right.
Stands his ground, now moving and throwing, end zone. It is on the sideline, and it is called a touchdown. It's called a touchdown. That's Evan
Talk a
Ingram
lot about the
with
Heat. They've been on the field a long time.
2nd and goal. Dillon up the gut inside the 5. And it'll be 3rd down and goal.
Maybe not, right?
Looked like that right foot was coming up off the ground as he.
Yeah, maybe the right heel.
Well, boy, that's tight.
Yeah, the left one is down, and just a matter of the question to me is, it looks like he gained control of the ball rather quickly. Was the foot, did it come up? Almost looks simultaneously like the foot came up off the ground as he got control of the ball.
Similar stack we saw in the touchdown. I'm sure they're setting it up for something else.
Rodgers, right side over the middle again. Ball is loose, and it's recovered in the end zone by the Bucs. Nunez Roches forced the fumble of Aaron Jones, and Logan Ryan there to pick it up. Wow.
You mentioned they call him a P dropper. Nunez Roches comes and makes the huge hit, turning point of the game. Wow.
Where 2 things, guys. The ruling on the field is extremely important because we have to see something really, indisputable to overturn, and it's really close. I think the foot is up, but that sweeping of that foot and the little pellets are kind of giving me a shadow here where I don't know if it's 100% conclusive enough to say the other,
Yeah. It looks like it's more likely that the foot is up, but again, in real time, is it enough to overturn that call, right? That's really the question that we're kind of asking. Am I correct, Gene?
100%, Adam. And when we watch these, they're frame by frames, as we all know. And then when it gets down to these types, with just a little angle or a shadow, the ruling on the field becomes even more important. And I think this is one of those cases.
Yeah, it's happened so many times, Gino, depending on what the call was. Is there enough to overturn whatever the call was that was made?
Yep. There's a sweep that Gene was looking for. That right foot kind of sweeps, but again, when does he get control of the football is really kind of impossible to tell, right?
Yeah, that's what they'll be doing now is they'll try to piece as much of it as they can, naturally hoping to see the football right at the same time where they can get a real good look of the foot. If they can't, they'll try to go back and find something that they can look at that's standard on both angles.
Review,
and we'll let Craig Ross let us know.
The receiver did not get both feet down inbounds, therefore it is an incomplete pass. It'll be 3rd down and goal.
That took a little